Richard Geller here. I got a question in from Lauren. If I do a bunch of short sales on investment properties, will this thing that I am insolvent, will it hold up in court of law when I receive all the 1099s on investment properties? I believe insolvency escape is only if you have a personal residence, correct? I think I'm at serious tax risk. Do you know, Lauren? Okay, Lauren, very clearly, I'm not a guy that knows your situation. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm hopelessly unqualified to give you personal advice. So what I'm going to say is, in general, to the best of my knowledge, but make sure you check it out. If you add up everything that you own and you take away everything that you owe, if you owe more than you own, if you're underwater as a person, right? If you owe more than you own, you're insolvent. That doesn't mean you have to have filed for bankruptcy. You could simply be insolvent and not file bankruptcy. But let's say you had investment properties worth today $500,000 and the mortgage is $1 million. If that was, everything else was zero in your life, that would mean you were $500,000 underwater, right? Because you owed $1 million and you had $500,000 in value there. So you'd have a $500,000 negative net worth, and that's protection against these 1099s that you get, because if you're insolvent, the IRS says to that extent you don't owe income tax. So it's a very important thing. It's not a, what was the word in here? You don't need a court of law. There's a statute in the Internal Revenue Code. It's been this way for a while. So if you decide that you're going to do a short sale or a foreclosure on these properties, then you oftentimes can avoid tax liability through this insolvency test and not owe money to the IRS or to your state for what they call cancellation of debt income. Now, the rules are a bit complex. You need to get your tax advisor to help you with all of this. But in general, I don't want you to worry too much that if you've done a short sale or you've done a short sale on a number of properties that you're going to owe money, because most people don't owe money, actually, because of the negative net worth, because of the technical insolvency test that they meet. That's great news. And so don't let this stop you from thinking you can get you're going to have all this tax consequences. This applies to settling credit card debt. It applies to settling mortgages for short sales. It applies to foreclosures. All of these things can involve what the IRS calls cancellation of debt income. But if you're insolvent, it can protect you to a great extent or completely against any taxes, so you won't owe taxes on that. So even if you get a 1099, you can laugh at it because you're not going to owe any income tax. Talk to your tax advisor about it. And one other thing to be aware of, not every state will treat the cancellation of debt income the way the IRS does. So there's federal tax law and there's state tax law. Some states follow the federal entirely, and some states have a different view of taxes. So this may not directly apply, although it usually does, to your state income tax liability. Thanks so much for the question. I hope this has been helpful.